No, it's because there have historically and presently in most jobs been fewer women and because of sexism.
How is it?
It's not, bro, who the fuck is gonna carry 70 pounds easier? A man. Like, you can get as mad as you want, but you gotta take it up with God if you want to get mad that men are better at working than women.
Subscribe to this channel. In case you are watching this channel and have not subscribed.
Hi, welcome everybody. I'm Liz Landers, I'm Vice News' chief political correspondent, and we are here today to talk about some of the biggest issues dividing women across the country. In other words, we're here to talk about feminism. First, I just want to say, we know we can't represent everybody's views, but we did try our best to bring together a diverse group of women today. In today's polarized world, is feminism dead? I saw your hand.
I think that depends on the definition of feminism. I strongly think that feminism is more of an action than an identity. I would say it's uplifting all women, in which case it's very alive. At the same time, if we do follow that definition, feminism has splintered off into so many different areas that you can look at people like Sheryl Sandberg who say you should just get another nanny if you feel oppressed. And if we're talking about that kind of feminism, yeah, it's pretty dead.
Yeah, I mean, as long as the human race
There shouldn't be multiple types of feminism.
exists, feminism will never be dead. There's something that we're going to have to strive and work towards to make sure that there's equality. So feminism is not dead.
I don't know that it can die. As long as there's power and oppression, there will be people fighting for equity. And until that somehow goes away, feminism is alive and well.
I think feminism isn't actually about equality. It's about equality when it benefits us. I think feminism is really about women wanting special privileges and treatment at the expense of men often. And I think it's alive and well, sadly.
She loved getting these bitches all tied up.
I think feminism is also alive and well. There are different kinds of feminism, right? Like, that is obvious. For me, as a womanist, as a Black feminist, right, as someone who's really thinking about human rights, dignity, right, equity, right, as long as that need isn't met, we're still gonna keep fighting.
I'd say it's alive and well. I'd say that it's also very nuanced, and I think what it looks like is gonna differ depending on where you are in the world. For me, I just see it as a lens, which isn't necessarily antagonistic or protagonistic. It's just a useful tool.
Similar to what Pearl just said, I find that a lot of feminist ideology and thought today feels more of like a supremacist movement rather than something that is supposed to be advancing the goals of equality. I don't think that we can really term what's going on as feminism because it looks so different to, I think, the earlier feminist movements.
Yes.
So in that way, I would say it's taken its last breaths of life. It's dying.
Yeah, I definitely think it's getting more and more radical.
I don't think it's dying. It needs to die. Whatever the fuck is going on with this whole feminist movement nowadays needs to die. I'm 100% with women having these rights. I'm 100% with women having the ability to stand face to face with a man and be able to have a fighting chance. Well, not whenever it comes to physical, obviously, but whenever it comes to like legal life situations, like, you know, stuff like that. But nowadays, all feminism is just trying to take more privileges from men. They're trying to get as many benefits as they possibly can while they're in this fight. It's so just selfish, and these women, they really genuinely believe that they're oppressed, which is mind-blowing to me.
For sure, so it's definitely still alive.
I think I'll preface and say that I don't know so much about modern Western feminism, and there might be a lot of terms that I don't know, like political jargon and stuff. But I believe in the advancement of women, whoever considers themselves a woman. I think there's a deficiency in society. So it's deeply rooted that feminism has always existed. I think America's a little obsessed with themselves, and it's like always feminism is rooted in America. And like, oh, white women started it. And it's kind of offensive because for thousands of years, women have been dying for their rights.
I think as a Black woman specifically, when you talk about feminism, yeah, the mainstream first thing you think about is a certain type of feminism that tends to exclude still, even today, even with intersectional feminism, exclude African-American women. And it's always kind of done that. And also like, upper middle class white women has predominantly been the face of what we quote unquote consider feminism.
Y'all are so just hateful. It doesn't matter if it was white women or not that started the shit. You, as an African American or a foreigner or anything in America, you guys was oppressed in the 70s, right? You guys had no voice. If you guys went out talking about feminism, everybody would have just ignored y'all. You guys should be giving thanks to these white women that wanted to even include y'all into this whole feminist movement. Yes, obviously they should have been included, but at that time, no one would have took them serious. And then now they're sitting here talking shit on these women that started this movement and included everybody. And it's, oh man.
I think feminism is attempting to say, okay, the first thing we agree on is that there are barriers and friction to what I need and what I want based on the fact that I'm a woman. What it ignores is that, and what privilege is that you may not have to think that being a woman and being a black woman and being a black woman who has a disability, for example, impacts you further. You have more barriers, you have more friction, you are less able to get what you want. You're undervalued in a way that's like, okay, well, you know, that's life. That's what I mean by equity, and that we're able to, without friction, all get the same needs met.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, see, I disagree with that. I think life is
Right,
easier if
thank
you're a
you.
girl. Actually,
Yeah,
I think
you can use it
there's
as
a
an
lot of
advantage.
benefits that men don't have. I'm not going to speak anything to race. I'm just talking about gender specifically. It's usually like an excuse. Like, honestly, I think as a girl, you have equal opportunity in the world. I think there's benefits. Like, for example, we have quotas for women in specific jobs that are given to us that aren't given to men. So yeah, I would say it's easier being a girl.
Just from a viewpoint over here, though, it seems there's a lot of pretty privilege in what you're saying, and that you're white and
Pretty privilege. I'm not saying Pearl is ugly, but man, as a woman, she's like 6 foot tall, red hair, pale. She has it tough in the dating market. To call her a pretty woman is probably a slap in the face to her, because she probably had to overcome a lot of bullying coming up. That's so just rude. That's pretty privilege.
you present.
Do you think I'm pretty?
I'm sorry, if that was rude of me to assume that she's ugly, not ugly. Like I say, she's not ugly, but to assume that she's had a harder time in the dating market, then I'm wrong, obviously. But I think it's wrong for her to assume that she has pretty privilege.
Thank you.
I think that you present in a way that beauty standards have accepted. And so
they call me ugly on the internet all the time. They be roasting me daily, I swear to God.
I don't mean to say I think you're gorge. I just mean that there are a certain value that we give to certain bodies.
I mean, let's also dig into why these quotas exist and why these, what you're calling
because
privileges
we want
exist.
special treatment.
No, it's because there have historically and presently in most jobs been fewer women, and because of sexism.
How is it?
It's not, bro. Who the fuck is gonna carry 70 pounds easier? A man. Like, you can get as mad as you want, but you gotta take it up with God if you want to get mad that men are better at working than women.
Sexism, when we have no barriers today, so we can pick
has
what
no
we want to
barriers?
pick.
It doesn't have barriers.
Women don't have barriers?
Women, yeah. What's
We have
stopping
no
you? You can do
barriers.
whatever you want.
I
stopping
can
you?
or you can?
What's stopping you? As a woman.
As a woman.
As a woman,
See,
as a woman.
That ignores a lot that I'm a woman with a disability, so there's a lot stopping me.
Bro, shut up. Shut up. Shut up with the victim shit. Shut up. Just shut up about the victim shit. Nobody is dealt the same cards. Nobody. Am I over here mad that fucking Northwest was born with $1 billion to her name? Am I mad that a motherfucker like LeBron grew up to be 6'8" or however tall he is? Am I mad about stuff like that I wasn't given the same cards? No, because it's ignorant. To sit here and argue that you deserve more because you weren't given the same cards is such an entitled view. It's so entitled. Like I said before, if you got a problem with it, take it up with God. It has nothing to do with society. You want to talk about equality, go talk to God about it. That's so entitled, bro. It's so just annoying.
That you don't have to think about.
Well, as I said before, I'm speaking about women.
You're speaking for yourself.
You're speaking as an
able-bodied white woman.
I
that is
understand.
white.
Presents white.
Of course, there's going to be other barriers if you're disabled. I'm sure. Like I'm talking about as a woman.
So you're
I
just
would
going to
agree.
ignore
White
the
women
pay
have it
gap.
easier. Yes, I would agree.
What?
You're just going to ignore the pay gap, regulation over bodies.
The pay gap has been disproven and debunked.
Jump on this bitch's neck, Pearl. Jump on the neck, dog.
The pay gap doesn't
Endlessly,
exist.
my friend.
It doesn't.
That's so
It's
funny.
the industries that women pick.
Let's talk about it.
There's a pay gap, but it's because women don't want to do the hardest industries.
Man, y'all, I'm really pissed that I gotta end that video there. My video is gonna be way longer than most people even watched. But yeah, if y'all do enjoy the video, please let me know and I'll react to the rest of it, because I really do want to finish this shit. It's pretty much Pearl against everybody. I know that Sydney Watson girl, she might jump in every now and then. But yeah, if you guys want me to watch the rest of the video, I'll watch the rest of the video. Just let me know down below. But yeah, please like the video, man, and comment down below if you got anything to say. And if you fuck with me, please give your boy a subscription. With that being said, deuces.
But that's just how it's supposed to be. She thinks she leeching probably, but she won't get nothing from me. Say you let me, I doubt it. I'll fuck around and pay the fee. It's a whole lot of hate up in your eyes and I can see it. Hate all in your eyes and you've been praying on my down.